Just finished drilling some wheat after sugar beet on this very light field. Certainly don't think I'm going to run the rolls over this one. Ignore this. I changed my mind 24 hours later. Probably only the potential of causing a problem if the weather does turn and we get a lot of rain on it. It's the kind of land that it'll just run together this time of year with the rain. And there's, as you can see, plenty of moisture there. Hopefully some seed in there somewhere. There you go. So yeah, trying some this KWS solitaire on here. This field is situated right behind the farmyard of my house, so be able to watch it grow, being a new variety, and be interesting to see how it does. It's in an easy location if you want to save some seed as well. So you can literally just park a trailer up on the side of the farmyard. So yeah, if it turns out to be any good through the combine, we'll probably save some to grow alongside Bamford again next year. I've got mainly Bamford this year, but yeah, a bit this solitaire and some Hexton as well, which is a Group 4 soft. Got enough of that to try in one fairly decent sized field, just to see what that goes like. Hopefully there's no drilling mistakes in here, because this is one of the fields that my shooting buddies stand on the syndicate. One of the drives is in this location, so don't want anyone standing on there and judging my drilling, do we? Not unless they're judging it positively. A little bit of a different ball game in this field. Look at that. There'll be a seed in there somewhere. Oh, there's some. A tiny bit of moisture there. Tiny bit. We're going to be rolling this first thing in the morning. This is the heaviest bit of the field in the middle here. Unbelievable difference though. Not quite bad here. Yeah, it should be alright with the roll. Talks about possibly a few mil of rain over the weekend, but no real amount. Can't remember the last time. I can remember it. The last time we got into an October and it was this dry. It was quite a few years ago though, so I couldn't tell you which year, but it isn't very often you get to this time of the year and you're wondering when on earth it's going to rain. We've had what I'd describe as 3 of the driest wet days in a row this week that I think they could have possibly been, really. Basically, it's just been foggy with a tiniest little bit of drizzle. You can see there's just enough damp to wet the surface over, and then just bone dry underneath. See what the marker's been flicking over. So yeah, funny old conditions at the minute, but what are you going to do? I've got a demo John Deere 8R370 in with a demonstrator Kuhn Multimaster 183 on landing furrow plough. I've managed to prise Mr. Buttress off it for a couple of rounds just so I could come and have a little look myself, see what it's like. Very, very pleasant place to be, I must admit. We are ticking along nicely at 1500 revs, 7.5 to 8k. I mean, as you can see, it is having a hell of a workout in this heavy old clay. Really giving it a good test on here. She's coping with it though. This is what they call man's land, I believe. Man's land. I'm ever so jealous of all you people on boys' land. They are a fine looking beast, aren't they? The old 8 Series, beautiful tractor. So, I was going to get an 8 Series demo at some point, and we've been looking at upgrading the plough at some point as well. We've got a Lemkin demo coming next week, I think, basically. And then I got talking to someone about these Kuhn Multimasters. Said they're a very well built plough, worth a go, possibly a little bit better price than a Lemkin. So basically it worked out to get both of them together because Ben Burgess had the demo plough coming, and obviously we were going to have a demo tractor at some point anyway, so here we go. I can't really have much of an opinion on the plough because I've got to be honest, I haven't ploughed anything since in a field since I was probably about 16, 17. So it's turning the soil over. It's very dry underneath and it's a little bit uneven across here, so I think it's matching up fairly well, but it's never going to be perfect on the field when there's ups and downs across it anyway, but it's going pretty well, to be honest. And the tractor, well, if you watched the video where I had the 6R demo, I'd give it just the same amount of praise really, because it's essentially exactly the same as that, apart from bigger, heavier and more powerful. Yeah, lovely tractor, all the same stuff in it. Just a nice place to spend the day, I think. I'm certainly going to give John Deere a lot of thought when choosing our next tractor. That is without a doubt. I was only on it for about 3 or 4 rounds. Look, I already made a mess. Any money I bet you when I get to the end you'll say, what happened there? What happened there was I thought the GPS was engaged, so I drove off down the field. Evidently I don't think the GPS was engaged. I was sure I pressed the button, heard it engage. Either that or it disengaged for some reason, but I'm going to put the blame on myself because I think I didn't engage it. Seemed to be going straight, so I just turned around and sat there like this, as any good ploughman does, watching his soil turn over, and then I just fell in the furrow. I can see by the furrow now that it probably wasn't engaged, because don't know how well you can pick that up on there, but It's not RTK straight, is what I'll say. Hey? What do you reckon? I fell in the furrow. Yeah, I don't think I clicked it in. I got going down there, looking behind me, and slipped in the furrow, and then realised I hadn't put it on.
Oh.
Anyway, what do you reckon of that plough?
Ain't too bad. She's a bit heavy though.
It is a big old lump, isn't it?
Yeah. Body's not too bad, laid it pretty well.
Yeah, it's making a nice job, isn't it?
Yeah, we got some heavy lumps for it.
Yeah, that'd give it a better test.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll leave it with you.
Yeah.
Not too much more to do, have we?
No.
I mean, he wasn't going to miss my mistake, was he? Let's be honest. It was glaringly obvious. Anyway, let's go get this field finished. Nice wide-wheeled Fendt front-mounted tank copy drill setup. Just the job. I often think how awesome that setup would be on this. 6 metre power hour on the back, front-mounted tank. That'd be a perler of a setup. The only thing is, I do like how quickly you can buzz around with the Rapid. That would reduce my output a little bit, and pretty much manage what I've got fine anyway, so no real need to change it. I just think that would look cool, wouldn't it? Back on the rolls again now. Let's have a little scratch about in some of the worst of it and see what it looks like. It's dry, isn't it? That is not very pretty, is it? But majority of it, I think, will be fine. That'll probably just be a little bit slower emerging in places, just so you've got a bit of a cloddy low there. Hopefully get a little sprinkling of rain at some point soon. It won't need a lot, just to help that out. That looks a bit better. Fingers crossed. That'll come at some point. Just having a little scratch about in one of the first field we drilled. Lovely bit of moisture, 1/4 of an inch chit on the wheat, so they shouldn't be long coming through. That was drilled about 5 days ago. He's just finished rolling this one, and moving into the 60 acres next door. And then we've got, I think, just the 17 acre to roll after that. We'll be all rolled up. I'm going to finish off whatever he's doing on the rolls tomorrow, so but he can start spraying the pre-em on. So we should have the pre-emergence sprays done on everything that we've drilled so far by end of play tomorrow, which is Friday. Next bit of drilling, we have got a 65 acre field on some light land which was ex-cabbage land. That'll be the next bit to drill. That really is going to need ploughing, then power harrowing, then Vardestat, and then assess whether that will benefit from a roll or not after that. The reason I will be power harrowing that and then Vardestatting it rather than just combination drilling it is because it's incredibly light land, and manganese deficiency can be a big problem on there, so knock it down, consolidate it a bit with the power harrow, and then give it a very nice consolidation by going over it again and drilling it with the Vardestat. Rolling will help as well, certainly does help with reduction in manganese deficiency, but we'll see how we go. So that'll be the plan for there, but I've got to go down there over the weekend or tomorrow if I get round to it with a flail, because it's typical sort of light land this year has been a nightmare. On that block of land you might have seen in an earlier video the state of some of the sugar beet down there for fat hen, and it was the same with the cabbages. There's fat hen up to your blooming shoulders, so I'm going to have to go down and knock down those bad areas, and then any other residue that's left from the cabbages and any smaller stuff hopefully will plough okay. So that'll be my job, say tomorrow over the weekend, and that'll probably be the start of the next video, I should think. So yeah, I'll leave it with you there and finish rolling this field. I'll catch up with you on the next one. Do give that subscribe button a little click for me if you're enjoying the videos, and give the video a like. Thank you very much.